Hello friends, Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to another video tutorial for the students of second semester Biochemistry GDC Kairi. Today we are going to discuss sterilization. It is one of the topics in microbiology. So in this unit we will try to learn about definition of sterilization, methods of sterilization, sterilization techniques, and the importance of sterilization. So moving on from the definition itself, it is a process that destroys or eliminates all forms of microbes from any surface. So there is a difference between sterilization and disinfection. That disinfection is a process that removes pathogenic microorganisms except spores. That means in case of sterilization everything is being removed, but in case of disinfection the microbes are being removed, but the pathogens which are in the form of spores, they still remain on the surface. So methods of sterilization, there are various methods involved in the process of sterilization, which are as like these: physical method, which includes thermal method, radiation method, and filtration method, and chemical method also is there, and lastly we have gaseous method. Heat sterilization, it is one of the important and most widely used methods of sterilization. What we will do here, it is the most reliable method. It involves destruction of enzymes. Basically what happens, say for example we take certain kind of petri plates or the media which has to be finally used for culture of bacteria. What we will do, we will take all those things and we will try to heat that up. How do we heat? We will discuss later on. Now the moment we heat, those microorganisms, those microbes are susceptible to heat. Why? Because enzyme has require a particular temperature for its activity. Now the moment it is being heated, the denaturation of the enzyme occurs, and finally because of the denaturation of these enzymes the bacteria is unable to survive. So it can be applied only to thermostable products. That means those substances which can resist the temperature of around 100 and above degrees Celsius, only those substances can be sterilized by heat sterilization. And the temperature ranges from 160 to 180 degrees Celsius for dry heat. That means there you do not use any kind of steam or moist or any kind of water, and there is only dry heat. That means you are using some kind of ovens. And moist heat is also there, where the temperature ranges from 121 to 134 degrees Celsius because of the excess of pressure of the steam. Dry heat sterilization, temperature is again 160 to 180 degrees Celsius. The exposure time it is required is around 2 hours. It is good penetrability and non-corrosiveness. Non-corrosiveness means that the characteristic feature of those substances will not be changed. Say for example, if you use a metal, the metal would not get rust when you do heat sterilization by dry method. It is also used for thermostable liquids and even powders, say certain chemicals or media, water. If you have to use, you can use it by doing dry method of sterilization in order to remove the microbes. Again, it also destroys various kinds of bacterial materials like endotoxins. Basically these endotoxins are, yesterday we have already discussed that gram-negative bacteria have outer surface layer in the form of lipopolysaccharides. These endotoxins are those lipopolysaccharides which finally cause a kind of a pathogenicity within the host cells. So these has to be removed, and how these are being removed? They are again by heat sterilization method. Now classic examples how do we do heat sterilization are like as we do flaming, and we can use hot air oven. So this is how we do flaming. Basically, why flaming is being done? Suppose you have to inoculate or you have to do the method of streaking. Streaking is a method where you will take petri plates. Over there you have agar as a support nutrient media, and over that surface what you will do, you will try to grow the bacterial cells. Now in order to get single colonies of the cells, what you will do, you will streak the cells with the help of an inoculum. Now that inoculum is a kind of a wire, एक छोटा सा तार होता है. That wire is a small amount of culture is being taken, and after that you will slowly rub over the surface of the agar with media over the petri plates. Now after every streaking you will again do flaming for the inoculum. आप थोड़ा सा उसको आग लगाएंगे. Because of that heat, the surface again gets sterilized and it is being removed from any outside bacteria. And this is again oven. It is used basically for glasswares. And say for example you do sterilization in liquid media, and after that what you will do, you will try to dry those surfaces so that they do not get any kind of further infection from outside. In order to dry, what you will utilize, you will use a hot air oven. And in this hot air oven there are small chambers. Within these chambers you will put your various glasswares and allow it to dry for around 2 hours. Moist heat sterilization, it's a use this moistness is basically being generated with the help of steam, and the temperature is around 121 to 134 degrees Celsius. Why this temperature rises? Because of the increase or the excess pressure of the steam. It is not applicable for heat sensitive items. This method of steam sterilization cannot be used because of these plastic items cannot bear those high temperatures like 121 to 134 degrees Celsius. So it is being recommended that these kind of sterilization method can only be used for glasswares and for metal surfaces. For steam sterilization we have a specific technique that is called as autoclaving, and the machine is called as autoclave. So autoclave, what we will use, again pressurized stream to destroy microorganisms, and most dependable system for decontamination of laboratory waste and sterilization of laboratory glassware, media and reagents. These are the three important things where we use autoclaving as a sterilization method. Again the temperature varies 121 degrees Celsius and the pressure is 15 psi, and the time duration required is around 15 minutes for sterilization. That means 121 degrees Celsius of temperature, 15 psi of pressure, and 15 minutes of temperature is being required in order to remove any kind of bacterial spores present within the media or over the surface of the materials. So these are different glasswares which we utilize in a microbial lab. There are measuring cylinders, you have conical flask, everything. You have inoculum loops, you have petri dishes. All these before using for culture media you have to sterilize. So these are all glasswares, and you can very much use autoclaving as a method of sterilization. Another thing, that is sterilization of culture media. Culture media, when you prepare, it is being prepared in open area, so there is maximum chances that so many large amount of microbes have already entered, and the water we use is most of the time, sometimes people use tap water itself. So in order to remove all those microorganisms, we can use this autoclaving method as a disinfectant or a sterilization method in order to remove any kind of microbes present within these media. So these media can be solid also by using agar. These media can be liquid, or these media can be semi-solid depending upon the concentration of agar we are using. autoclave itself has different parts. So this is how the diagrams of various types of autoclave looks like. There's a pressure cooker type autoclave, there's a common laboratory autoclave, this is vertical one, this is large automated hospital autoclave. These are being most of the time used in hospitals in order to autoclave various kind of surgical items, and these are horizontal type of autoclaves. Now, how the structure functions is something like this. You have a inner chamber. Within the inner chamber, say for example, if you have to sterilize your culture media, you will put the culture media within this. So this is your door. It has knobs. आप इसको ऐसे घुमा के खोलेंगे. Now the moment you will open it, there can be double or single doors. Some autoclave have double doors, some have single doors. अब एक डोर को आप ओपन करेंगे, नेक्स्ट अगर उसके अंदर एक और होगा, दैट अगेन यू विल ओपन and there would be a huge tray, and now you will put that tray outside and you will put all your media, all the glasswares which you have to sterilize, and again you push within this chamber or the inner chamber. So there is an outer jacket. This outer jacket basically it's being heated somewhere and because of that heat it provides a supply of steam. So this supply of steam goes and it again comes as an exhaust, so that excess amount of pressure is not being built within it. So again a small amount of steam is being also let inside, so that proper mixture and proper temperature in every corner of the inner chamber is being maintained. So this is how it tries to explain. A cylinder capacity of 400 to 800 liters. We have already shown in the diagram. This cylinder capacity is around 400 to 800 liters. And water heating system, and because of which there is steam generation, there is steam supply. Somewhere here there is water heating system, and that water is finally converted into steam and is being supplied around the jacket of this chamber. So we have steam outlets and inlets. Again we have shown in the diagram. This is steam inlet through which the steam goes inside, and this is the steam outlet through which the steam comes out of the jacket of this chamber. You have single door and double door. I have already discussed this. There are thermometer gauge and pressure gauge. Very important things are these. So somewhere here you have two knobs, and from there you can easily read the temperature and the pressure. That the gauge or the meter which is telling the temperature, it should be maintained at 15 psi, and the temperature it should be at 121 degree Celsius. So there is again digital autoclaves are also there, where you can set the time, and after certain time interval it automatically switches off, and when it cools down we will take all our materials outside. So this was a method of heat sterilization, and another method of sterilization is radiation method. This radiation method, it utilizes electromagnetic radiations, like we have gamma rays and ultraviolet radiations. So it targets the DNA of microbes because it makes a kind of mutations in those gene pairing of those nucleotides. Because of this mismatch and missing of those nucleotides in between, nicks are being formed, and synthesis of the DNA is being hampered. But the final conclusion में क्या है? These electromagnetic radiations, they target the DNA itself. So applied to dry articles only. Say for example you have plastic wares or you have the glass wares which you have already autoclaved, but somehow you have for some day you have kept it outside, but you have to use it in the experiment. What you will do, you put it under the electromagnetic radiations. How you will put, we will study later on. Because of poor penetrability, UV light is used to sterilize air and surface work area only. So UV radiations have very poor penetrability. So you cannot use it on solid surface. Say for example food items, you cannot use these UV radiations because over the surface they can sterilize, but they cannot penetrate beneath. So it is mostly recommended that these are to be utilized only for surface sterilization. The optimum UV length should be 260 nm, and mercury lamps are being used as a source of UV radiations. So this is how a UV radiation chamber looks like. This is called as a laminar flow or laminar hood. And here you have a lamp, and you will switch on this lamp for 10 to 15 minutes, and you will not sit in the chamber where it is being kept. मतलब जिस room में रखा होगा, it is most likely that these UV radiations may leak out of this hood. So it is advisable that you would not sit in that room, that culture room. So after 10 or 15 minutes, you can take all before heat sterilization. You will put all those media and everything, the apparatus or the glassware you have to use in the experiment. You will put all these within the chamber, and you will switch on the UV. इसमें सारा कुछ आप सामान डालोगे, सामान गामा दिन हमको स्पेतासन देकर नंगाते UV ऑन बचा, ताकि उधर सरफेस गामा ही नता चीज़ स्टेरिलाइजेशन चेकिला देर क्या बनाते हैं बच्चा इमीडिएटली आके UV को बंद करना है. UV बंद बस कर गया अपना, लेकिन नंगाते इसको खोलना है. खोलने के बाद 5 मिनट के लिए ऐसे ही रखना है. After that, you will sit there and you will start your work of culturing. Chemical methods of sterilization are also there. In addition to those physical methods, chemicals that destroy bacteria from inanimate surfaces are called as sterilant liquids. Those liquids which remove bacteria from inanimate surfaces, say for example glassware or the plasticware, those surfaces are called as sterilant liquids. We utilize mainly we will talk it later on, 70% of ethanol. Before keeping it in the laminar hood, we will give it a spray on all the surface and then put in the laminar hood, and finally we put it under the influence of UV radiations. And chemicals applicable safely over skin are called as antiseptics. Some of these chemicals which can be utilized in the lab, and they are also non-harmful to the workers, the researchers. Say for example, अगर आप lab में काम कर रहे होंगे, you most probably you could come in contact, and you have to come in contact with 70% of ethanol. So उसमें आपको कोई भी घबराने की बात नहीं है. Those chemicals are called as antiseptics. Chemical disinfectant could be liquid also, and they can be gaseous. So liquids may we have alcohols and phenols, and gaseous may we have formaldehyde vapor, which is being used for fumigation purpose. So alcohols may, it is one of the important things which we use as a method of liquid sterilization method. That is one of the types of chemical sterilization. A mode of action है how alcohol act on the cells of the bacteria. They dehydrate the cells, disrupt the membrane, and causes coagulation of proteins. 3 important things: dehydration, पानी उसमें से बाहर निकाल देगा, प्रोटीन को coagulate कर देगा, and membrane is also get disturbed. Surface पे जब लगता है तो these proteins get coagulated and the membrane gets destroyed, and finally water comes out of the bacteria, and finally the bacteria is unable to survive because of dehydration. So examples, we use ethyl alcohol or isopropanol and methyl alcohol as well. Application is 70% of aqueous solution is more effective because instead of absolute alcohol. You will not use 100% of alcohol, you will utilize 70% of alcohol. Why it is that? Because 70% has high penetration capability. High penetration capability is this because of the low volatility. When you have 100% of ethanol, there are chances that it will volatile within fraction of seconds. Now when you will utilize 70% of ethanol, there is some amount of water in it, so it takes time to vaporize from the surface. So till the time it get vaporizes, it starts penetrating into the bacterial cells, and finally disinfection or sterilization occurs. And absolute alcohol, in addition to these two, absolute alcohol again has a drawback. What is the drawback is, if you use 100% of ethanol or ethyl alcohol, it will directly come in contact with the first surface proteins, and immediately it starts coagulating. Now when immediately coagulation of these proteins occurs, there are chances or likely chances that these chemicals would not find its place within the cells or the cells which are lying beneath the above lying cells. मतलब इसका कहने का मतलब है अगर नाते 70% इथेनॉल चे यूज बसिन जमना चल जमना खुआनु पेनिट्रेशन बे ताकत खिमोद नंगोस ला ज्यादा छ जिन चल जमना खो जल्दी फुरे मछाना जल्दी फुरे च मछाइन जमन चल जमना खुआनु छु 30% डेसियोचिन दे फेरस नाते जुला 70% इथेनॉल जरीन. ठीक है जी. Now 100% इथेनॉल यंग नुकसान चिचियो जनगतो चु 100% पुंगाते जखोर चेतांग नगतो इमीडिएट बर्निंग चोक्सजिन इमीडिएट बर्निंग चोक्सजिन नगतो खाते कोतखानी प्रोटीन उनसा एकदम कोगुलेट सोंसिना लुशिन यो गांतखानी सेल्स उनला यो गांतखानी बैक्टीरिया सेल उनलिका ओदे केमिकल पु लेप्चमिन इथेनॉल पु लेप्चमिन मले बना प्रॉपर स्टेरिलाइजेशन छजमिन दे फ्रेस नते 70% ऑफ इथेनॉल यूज बसिंग. So this is how you sterilize. This is a beaker within the laminar hood, and here you have 70% of ethanol. This 70% of ethanol, it sterilizes first the inoculum loop, that or the spreader. Spreader is the one when you use a technique of spreading in order to get colonies of bacteria. Now, in order to remove the excess of ethyl alcohol over the inoculum or the spreading loop, we give it a flame. स्ना लगे ethyl alcohol गैस चीज मान से जफ्चा देर क्या बनाते हैं हल्का सा फ्लेम जितना चा हल्का सा फ्लेम जितना होचे छचिन ओदे का ethyl alcohol पुगुस उठकान पु कम में दुख से को खत्म छचिन. ठीक है. तो जो हमें कल्चर करना है बैक्टीरिया ओदे अनुज्ञान खोस दे ग्रोथ एंड हैम्पर लिवर जगह से. So disadvantage is again every advantage has a disadvantage with it. So it acts as a skin irritant, it is volatile, and because of its volatility it is highly inflammable. So it is being advised when you are working within the hood or the chamber or the laminar flow, it is advisable that you keep a distance between your flame and the alcohol in which your instruments are being dipped. Fine. So this is your gaseous method of sterilization. There you will use formaldehyde. So this formaldehyde, it is being most of the time used in work areas, laboratory surroundings and hospital surroundings in order to disinfect your premises or your working area. So why this sterilization method is important in microbiology is because of these three things. It is the safety of the laboratory. Because of sterilization, you won't get any kind of infection. Because say for example, if you are working with highly susceptible pathogens, it is highly likely that you will get those pathogens in your body. So when you will sterilize properly, when you are working in a sterilized condition, there are least chances that these bacteria could invade you. So in order to avoid cross contamination also, say for example, if you are culturing one species of bacteria, so in order to get complete only pure species of that bacteria, the infection should not be there or the outside bacteria should not be contaminated. So in order to avoid outside bacteria, what we will do, we will do the method of sterilization. Matlab, to get accuracy and validity of microbial tests, say for example, this is only for clinical laboratories. Say for example, if you are given a sample and there if you will not heed upon the sterilization methods, there are likely chances that a negative guy would finally end up with a positive result. So in order to avoid all these things, you have to sterilize all the chemicals or the materials while working in a microbiology lab. So importance थोड़ा समस्या है सर्चिक से मतलब सेफ्टी लेबोरेटरी चेनुक सेफ्टी फिला चिक जरूरी है. मतलब अगर खुदा ना खस्ता से फॉर एग्जांपल आप माइकोबैक्टीरियम ट्यूबरकुलोसिस के ऊपर काम कर रहे होंगे. माइकोबैक्टीरियम ट्यूबरकुलोसिस अगर एक बार यूज बसे ओदुन ठीक सेटलाइज मबस इतना का तो आपके अंदर भी वो जा सकते हैं. नंगोस पहचान का तो आपको भी इन्फेक्शन हो सकता है. तो प्रॉपर स्टेरिलाइजेशन इसीलिए जरूरी है. और क्रॉस कंटेमिनेशन अगर से फॉर एग्जांपल ई कोलाई कल्चर बिनो ई कोलाई कल्चर बिरकिलस अगर ओदे नु फंगल स्पोर्स होना का तो दे फंगल स्पोर्स सुनिस आपका जो एक्सपेरिमेंट है उसको हैम्पर कर सकता है एक्सपेरिमेंट ही प्रॉपर रिजल्ट होने में दे फिरस गाता स्टेरिलाइजेशन बारगुशिन दिरी सेकंड मेथड पू जो हमारे लाइफ साइंस के स्टूडेंट्स के लिए दोनों लमना इंपॉर्टेंट है ठीक है और क्लिनिकल दिरी इंपॉर्टेंस चाहिए उज्जरना का तो अगर माइक्रोबायोलॉजी टेस्ट शिकुत से फॉर एग्जांपल चिच्ची यूरिन टेस्ट शिकतांस ना गुंदिया चिच्ची के बखनी टेस्ट पे ओदे देना चीज पेनुक देना पेट्री प्लेट उन्हें अगर दिन सी क्योंकनी सैंपल उन्हें आता ना तो उन्हें सिमिलर इन्फेक्शन होत पिन दिरी सिमिलर इन्फेक्शन में पिन लेकिन स्टेरिलाइजेशन माबा न चीज है जिन दिरी तंखनी सैंपल पंखों जर्चिन कि आपको भी इन्फेक्शन है जरे तो ड्यूरूज बसे बहुत बड़ा एक ब्लंडर हो सकता है ठीक है सो this is all about method of sterilization. Hope you have enjoyed, and if you have any kind of questions, please you can put in the comment section. And till the next lecture, thank you very much. Keep watching.